You are tired. You are paranoid. You are Penguin's friend.
All the emotions.
Hi, I'm Beej.
And I'm Ian.
And it's Back in the Box.
That's the show where we take board games, unwrap them, and judge them harshly but fairly based on their construction, their printing, their general quality, and then we find out how well they go back in the box.
Today we're doing the Seventh Continent, which is, it's a cute little box, actually. I like how small it is.
Indeed, but you know what? There's one thing I want to mention about the box, too.
Yeah?
You know what you're not going to find in this box?
What's that?
You. The supporters at home who make shows like this happen with your generous contributions over at patreon.com/loadingreadyrun. We thank you so much for helping us out for all the things we do. Like, as a kid of the CD-ROM era, this to me says that this is a sequel to The Seventh Guest, and I think I'm going to be very disappointed.
I was thinking the same thing, right?
Yeah, there we go.
Isn't that fun?
Just the tip. Otherwise you risk damaging the cardboard.
Easy.
Draw it out.
Yeah. It's like opening your Christmas presents, especially when there are young kids in the house, because then you get to be like, I want to save the wrapping, and they lose their minds. Lots of parts, probably lots of cards. Let's see how, like, this is past the Johnny Ive test for, like, stuff coming out.
It's a good smooth top.
Oh, what a good sound. Rulebook.
It's a rulebook. These are...
thick?
It is thick. Ooh, okay. First commentary here. What I like about this, matte printing. This is not a glossy notebook. This feels good, but the printing is sharp. There are too many fonts.
I mean, it seems like there's a lot going on. And it is like, as it is a single player game, so it's meant to drive itself, and I guess there's lots of rules to keep the driving going.
Do you know especially why I don't like it when these games have a glossy cover on the manual?
Why is that?
When you do that, with your sweaty palm, it doesn't leave a greasy mark on the front of your manual that just looks like ass.
You know, I don't have that problem because I have incredibly dry skin.
Player tokens.
I have an actions card, I guess, the kind of thing you can just, wait.
Did you just get the one actions card?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
So everyone's got to share.
Yeah. But I guess if it's so here's all the actions you can, holy shit. Good, there's consequences to all of those actions, much like in real life.
I'm liking that we have our friend Angry Man, small mustache, larger mustache, Heather, and 2016 era Corey.
Oh, good. There are, okay, so there's packs of cards, which have numbers on them. This is very reminiscent of time stories. Yeah. So what is happening here? These are like story cards, I'm guessing.
Mastering this complex piece seems to improve the acuity of your hearing. You seem to be able to discern the sounds of your environment more sharply. Okay,
so these are, I guess, you end up in a location, you'll probably be told to draw out a card.
And then you get a musical ear. Okay, yeah. These are probably things that you explore and then discover. These cards are all very similar.
Here
on
is
one side.
Ogreish cat. And on the other side, there are, looks to be like directions and stuff. Maybe this is one of those things where you're like setting these up like this, who knows? Like you're putting them beside each other. I'm not sure.
Some of these cards absolutely have what appear to be map tracks on them, but I found my new favorite. This is the history of the continent.
The whole continent. Part 1 or part 2?
I think we're gonna say this is part 1.
Part 1?
Yeah.
Sure.
That one on the left looks a little Mel Brooksy.
It does say 2 of 4.
Oh God.
So maybe it is part 2.
Well,
I've got some ripe fruit. It's good. The art is very consistent.
This, I believe, is called Draw Me Like One of Your French Skeletons.
They were lying like this for a while and then died. There's lots of things going on. So I guess this is the game that you play, and then these are the things that lead you through getting into the game.
That's, I was almost going to go the opposite direction here.
Oh yeah, you think you start here?
Look at how many different types of card there are in these decks. You've got items like grappling hook.
Right.
On the right track, which seems to be an event card of some sort. This just looks like terrain, another hole that you can go into.
And so on the other side, they're just those.
number with some flavor text.
Huh, cool. Yeah, I don't pretend to know how you're supposed to play this game, but there's lots. You are what? What are
I
we?
am nauseated. That seems just a little bit dire for just being nauseated.
Yeah. You shall not pass.
Nastily pinching crab army.
Crab!
Oh, crab!
Oh, crab!
Hey!
Look at that! As we've said, there's lots of cards.
Yep.
I would like to keep opening them.
Oh, we got to get this all
fun.
out here.
Yeah, let's see if I can
Otherwise
get the
it's,
other end.
Remember how nauseated we were earlier?
Yeah.
Well, now we're just tired.
That is kind of what I look like.
Again, that's an emergency that needs to be dealt with right away.
Oh, these are like fortunes. And also just the word think. Let's see.
I mean, what would happen if you ran into that in a fortune cookie?
Think. Like,
Oh,
you know what? I feel a little seen, but you're not wrong. This is weird. It's okay, so it says war paint, but it just looks like a bunch of leaves. So I can't pretend to know even what, like, it's the seventh continent.
Yeah,
so
I was going to say, these are the ways of the seventh continent. We shouldn't judge without knowing.
This is just a purple card that says death is lurking. Like, what the hell does that mean?
This is a game you could just leave around the house for some fun.
Make people feel really weird about stuff.
I found the end of the game.
Did you?
Your adventure ends here.
Yeah, this is literally just you are falling and then you die. So there's probably a few of those.
I think I've also found how movement might work in game, because we've got these die cards here with a different die at all the cardinal directions.
Oh, that's cool.
So I guess you roll the die and you go in the direction that it tells you, maybe?
And probably, yeah, keep rolling until it, nope, or then you 5 or 6.
5 or 6 on the other side. Okay, 1 through 4, then 5, 6.
You are tired, you are paranoid, you are Penguin's friend.
All the emotions.
Is that all the cards?
I think it is. Like, can we bring the box back here? Because
Yeah.
I really want to examine. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Baby, please give me trays for days.
Here's what I think we got going on, because these cardboard things, I'm like, what are these useful for? And I'm like, oh wait, that has an X on it. Well, some of these cards have X's on them. Preparation and storage. Sort adventure cards in ascending order by their numbered backs and store them with their numbers visible behind the divider corresponding. These are dividers.
Yeah, because they're taller.
Yeah, these are taller than the other cards. I'm so happy about this.
This game is the best.
Okay, so it has a whole, like the fact that we picked a good one for back in the box because it literally tells us how to put everything back in the box.
Oh my gosh, this is a game for this stream. I forgot.
And we have to unwrap the dice.
Oh,
little tiny
these
D6s.
are the best D6s. They're so wee.
They weigh about as much as you would expect, so that's all right.
I bet they're delicious.
We'll find a small child to try them out. Do they go in this thing? Is that what that?
Well, that's where I'm putting them now.
Okay. Here's all the numbered cards.
Okay, great. Let's start.
So we have more other cards too. There's one called the Past, and then there's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10.
So we're from the past.
So I'm gonna borrow that, and I'll start putting that stuff back in the box. Sort adventure cards in ascending order by the numbered backs and store them with their numbers visible behind the divider.
That's what I'm doing.
Okay.
Perfect.
So the divider goes first, and then all the cards go behind it. Okay. And then store exploration cards with showing their fog side, which is the side that's up that has the number up in the corner as well.
Yeah, this is, I think, the point where Ben's going to put us into some sort of a time lapse or super speed.
Yeah.
Beej, can I tell you one of my favorite things about doing this program?
Please do.
It's that we get to know which games that if we ever play them on AFK, we should absolutely make up excuses to not be here for the teardown of. It really only matters if it's going to be able to make it back in the box, though, right?
Mm-hmm. I mean,
it's all we're here for.
It had better because I keep saying that. They all came out of the box, so it should be fine, but it's...
You've witnessed a live birth. Doesn't go the other way all the time.
I was never in 4-H. Unless you're counting other births that I've been privy to, I guess.
You were there for at least one.
This is interesting. Okay, so they've made the tiers of the box such that when you buy their expansions, there's enough room to put into them.
I really like that.
Yeah. But the downside also is that it means that everything's a little floppy.
Get that back.
Yeah.
Get that back box over here.
Okay, great. Let's do it.
Stick it in. It's one.
It's just kind of go in that way, doesn't it?
Oh, and then that
Right
just
up the
goes
middle?
right down the middle.
Sure. Yeah.
Good enough. I mean, it's not. I'd like to see a little bit of enclosure in that that tray there.
Does this mean that I'll leave that one on that side?
Okay. And then that goes there.
Goes great. Okay.
How well does this slide back on?
Well, let's have a look. I want to make sure the bottom matches too. Okay. And then let's see. Does it make a nice fart?
Well, not on its own.
Nice hiss.
Yeah. Smooth.
I am so satisfied with like just all of those cards, all nicely sorted, all in a thing, and oh fuck.
I'm pretty sure that there's enough space in here that nothing's going anywhere except for the dudes.
You're right.
So, Beej, what would you give this box out of a scale of, I don't know, 1 to 7?
Like we're putting construction quality, like all the things, like the various pieces and whatnot, and I like a good kind of like, let's put a lot of cards and stuff. I'm gonna give this like 4 7s out of 5.
4 7s out of 5.
Yeah.
I'd give this an entire Pangea because everything is all in one place. And
Yeah.
will all fit there, even the expansions in the future.
And the weird thing is whenever I buy card games that have expansions, I just want to keep buying all the expansions. So now that I know there are expansions for it, I'm just kind of like, oh, having the other one, we haven't even played it yet. Just like having the other stuff would be awesome. So, but it's,
I'm sure we got some time later today to go pick things up.
Yeah, we'll play this eventually, so yeah.
Speaking of picking things up, you can pick up a good feeling in your heart if you head on over to patreon.com/loadingreadyrun. It'll really help us out buying the expansions for this game and doing all the other things we do here at Loading Ready Run. So for Back in the Box, I have been Ian.
And I've been Beej.
We will see you next time.